the trailer's unloaded thanks to thanks to help from Dave. We're gonna go drop the trailer back off from where we got it, and gonna have a little chat about firewood equipment, and the manufacturers of that firewood equipment. But first, I'll show you one more time the new stuff that we unloaded. So here's the Cord King Enduro Blocker, powered by a 23 horsepower Vanguard, big spin-on hydraulic filters, removable fuel tank, winch to pull the logs in. All the hydraulic hoses come out to a operator station right here, nice and clearly labeled. It's on wheels to be towed around. Big harvester bar tucked in there. Cord King Enduro Block Cutter. We'll put this to work probably Wednesday, but I kind of can't wait to try this out and show you guys and see what I think. I don't have any expectations yet. I've never used anything like this, so we're gonna learn together. And then over here is our log table, color matched to the muscle wood, all wood log splitters. Now this will work with any commercial log splitter, and it allows you to dump all of the rounds with a tractor or a skid steer right into this, and then you can pull them right onto your splitter out the opening over there. These are 2,500 bucks. So if you want one for your conveyor, or your splitter rather, give me a shout. We can give Bobby a call and we can get one of these headed to you. These take away a need for an extra person and help running one of these big commercial machines with a single person. And then over here on the all wood, we have our new 8-way wedge, and this has smaller spacing than the typical 8-way, and I can't wait to give this sucker a try too and put this to work. We ran it a little bit at the show. Really nice unit. So enough talking about this stuff. Let's go talk about a bunch of other stuff and go bring the trailer back. So the equipment manufacturers are pushing each other every single day to try and make better equipment for people like me and people like you guys out there to build what we want and what we're asking for. And it's really incredible to see how much firewood equipment has changed since I started selling firewood about 13 or 14 years ago now. The fast splitters that we have today, they were not there. The processors that make processing firewood so fun and easy, they weren't there either. What we had was very dated equipment for the time, but we've pushed firewood equipment so far into the future now that it's absolutely crazy, the possibilities and the equipment that is being made. You can't go wrong with any of the manufacturers out there. And like I've told all of you guys before, if something that I'm selling does not fit what you need for your business, I'll gladly point you in the direction of any other manufacturer or vendor out there, because at the end of the day, what works for me may not work for you. So the new equipment that we have in the yard, some of it's brand new. That Cord King Enduro Block Cutter, never before made by Cord King. That's something new, and they said it was inspired by Gramp. They watched Gramp blocking firewood, and they wanted to make sure that Gramp could block firewood for as long as he wanted to. So that's why they made it. Now, do I think Gramp will run it? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I know I'm going to run it, and I'm going to put it through its paces so I can show you guys what's going on. But stay tuned, because Big Rich is going to interview Andrew from Easton Made Log Splitters. He and my wife were out walking the show while I was at the Allwood booth, and they did an interview with Andrew. And Richard had some questions, and so did my wife. So stay tuned. Maybe you guys will learn a little bit something about the Easton Made brand and how they got their colors.
So we are here with Andrew, and he is working with Easton Made.
Yeah, I own Easton Made Wood Splitters, and we manufacture firewood processors, splitters, grapples, bundlers. We do a bit of everything.
And we have a couple questions for you.
What's your questions?
how many years have you been working with Easton Made?
I have been working for 10 years at Easton Made. We just had our 10-year anniversary in February. So that's how long I've been doing Easton Made. And before that, I worked with Bell's Firewood Processors. I think your dad actually had a 4000 for a lot of years.
Who did you come down here with?
I came down here with my wife, Stacy, and Jeremy Bell. He looks after our firewood processor program, and then Mark Joannis is one of our sales guys. He looks after the firewood processor sales, and Jerry Cole looks after wood splitter sales. So that's who we have down here with us this weekend.
How many times have you came down to the show?
This is my second year at the show. I came last year when it was in Joe's Woodyard, and we had a really good time. It was a really good show, and it looks like this year Joe's got this really well organized. So if people want to come out and check this out, there's all kinds of firewood equipment here and a lot of good company.
And what year did you start cutting firewood?
What year did I start cutting firewood? I was probably your age or a little bit younger when I started cutting firewood. My dad was a logger. He was a logging contractor, so I've done it pretty well my whole life. So I was born in 1987. That was a long time ago, eh?
Not that long ago. Mom was born in 85, so not that long ago. I have a question.
Yep.
Why I love the colors blue and orange. Why did you pick blue and orange?
Well, because of my darling wife.
Okay.
When I built the first Easton Made, we were out at the local bar. We were having a drink with our friends, and I said I really want to paint the machine two colors, and I like orange. And her one friend pipes up and she said, "Orange and blue, Denver Broncos." I said, "There's no way I'm going to paint anything orange and blue. You're right off your rocker if you think I'm going to paint something orange and blue." So I painted it orange and blue like my wife asked me.
It's a good story.
Yeah. They're complimentary colors.
Yeah,
right? So that's why you need a woman's touch for that.
Yes.
Because if it were up to me, it wouldn't look like that.
Well, it looks nice. Good team effort.
Did turn out good, yeah.
All right, Rich, any other questions for Andrew?
Yes, I have one more. I forgot it.
Well, I got one for you. Toronto Maple Leafs or Boston Bruins?
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Awesome. High five. Yes, we got it.
Woo! All right, thank you, sir.
So you guys can see Andrew's a really good sport. He's been building splitters for 10 years now. So that means when I started, there were no Easton Made log splitters. So congratulations to you, Andrew. That's awesome. Hats off to you and the team up there. But it just goes to show you how much things have changed. Think about how different things would be if there was no Easton Made, or if there was no Cord King, or if there was no Allwood, no Typhoon. What would happen if we had to go back to the box store splitters and chainsaws? How would the fire market change? The firewood market has grown tremendously, and it's because of manufacturers pushing the envelope to give us the best equipment possible every single day. So thank you to all of the manufacturers out there, and thank you to all of the customers out there pushing these manufacturers to build bigger and better equipment all the time. So we are going to the Northeast Forestry and Firewood Expo in Bangor, Maine, May 16th and 17th. It's a Friday and a Saturday. Hoping for some drier weather, but May in Maine is much like May in Ohio, so no guarantees. But we will be going to Typhoon and Cord King. We'll be taking a deep dive into all of the equipment that they have available to them, and we'll be bringing you guys along. So if you have any questions for them, leave them down below. If there's something you want to see them make that they're not making, if there's changes to machines they have that you wish they would make, leave a comment down below. We'll see if we can get them to listen. So remember, guys, a little bit every day goes a long way. Look at how far firewood equipment has come in the last 13 to 14 years since I started selling. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. To think that I'd be doing 600 plus cords a year with a splitter and chainsaws blows my mind, because it wouldn't happen with a homemade log splitter. And help someone if you can. Let's help each other be better versions of ourselves and let's grow our firewood businesses together, because trust me guys, there's enough business out there for everybody, and we'll see you guys on the next one.